Hey guys, my name's Mary Lily.
I'm Marshall.
And I'm Caitlin.
And we're the hosts of Unveiled Opinions.
Three newlywed girlies with a podcast on any and everything wedding related. Good morning. Happy Monday. Or it's not Monday.
It's Monday.
It is Monday, though. You're right on that.
How is everyone? How is everyone's weekend?
It was good. I was just recovering from New Orleans, so.
How's New Orleans? Tell us everything.
So good. It was so hot. I mean, as we all knew it would be. But, you know, when we usually go to Florida this time of year, it's hot there too. So we're like, whatever.
Different kind of hot.
Different kind of hot. But it was good. We had a pool and we did like a really great tasting menu. That was like Gil's like birthday gift for my mom. So.
Oh, that's fun.
Yeah, that was a good one. But it was
nice.
good. Always the food's amazing there. How was y'all's lake day?
It was good. We missed you.
Yeah.
Yes.
I didn't want to like cough on you and get you sick.
I know. I actually don't feel very good right now.
It's not my fault.
I know.
Yeah.
Matthew's felt sick, so now I'm like, great.
Well,
Yeah.
I hope you feel better.
Thank you. Okay, what about you? Any updates?
Not much. Just, I don't know. I'm like over the heat.
Yeah.
It was Sunday night and I was like, Kyle, I don't want to go outside.
No.
Like I'm done.
I
Pump
get
the
that.
AC
Yeah.
Oh my
and putting a
God.
sweatshirt on and pretending it's winter.
Yeah, I'm actually ready for fall. I know that like we all get so ready for summer, but like I'm ready for spooky season.
Oh my God, I can't believe you said that.
I love it.
Spooky season.
Yes,
Okay.
Halloween.
Totally.
You're like, whatever, you loser.
It just cracks me up. Did you guys see that big Indian wedding that Justin
Yes.
Bieber went to?
Yeah.
Yes,
And
and
the
the
Kardashians.
Kardashians,
Yeah.
and literally everyone.
I
Yeah,
know. It
Oh my
was
God.
crazy.
Her like dresses and jewels and everything. So
Over the
jealous.
top.
I know.
Yeah.
What was the
I
average?
think it was like $1 billion.
Yeah.
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 That was insane.
I mean, I wish I could be there,
Yeah.
Yeah.
but I feel like I'm just way too poor.
But I'm also like, so she just like
I couldn't
paid,
afford to like
she just like
get dressed to go.
Breathe the air there.
was like, I want to spend $1 million on Kim Kardashian coming to my wedding because I'm sure she had to pay them some kind of a fee. Or did they like, she
I
was
was
just like,
wondering
I'll
if they-
buy your trip.
So I was wondering, like, I know with people who perform and stuff, like, obviously they pay
My
them.
mom was like joking about Justin Bieber. Like, she's like, we think he's a pop star. And over there, they're like, can you do a concert?
Yeah, that's
for
what I
us?
was. But then I was like,
I
are they all just like a bunch of rich people in the same circles? Like, do they just like kind of know someone? And
Right.
like, it
Who
was
knows
just almost
someone?
like a party
Yeah.
for rich people. I don't know. Like, I was wondering how
I know.
that works.
So bizarre. Well, I know
Too
they
poor to
paid
know.
Justin Bieber. And John Cena was there. Huge deal.
Wait, what?
The wrestler.
I know who he is.
Yeah.
I'm just like shooketh that he was there.
Yeah, that's
But
out
he
of
was on the
left
guest
field.
list.
Yeah.
I know. So there was a weird array of.
Yeah. John Cena, huh?
I know. But there was also like 30 parties.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was like I do know
They-
Indian weddings are multiple days.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I think this one was like 10. But I've like seen though on Bravo had a show called
Mm-hmm.
Family Karma. And they had a wedding and like, and they had a few weddings, I think. But like most of the time you went to a destination basically
Yeah.
because it was like a week-long thing because they
Yes.
have so many ceremonies.
Yeah,
Mhm.
they have like from what I've heard, it's at least like 4 days usually.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've only been invited to one Indian wedding.
Jealous.
Only.
But it-
I've been invited to none.
Yeah, same.
And I didn't get invited to like the whole week long. It was
Oh.
just a single party.
Right. Like I think
That makes
Kim
sense,
and Chloe
though.
didn't go to every party. That's why I'm like, they had to have paid, like, to fly all these people over from India. Like, was she like, can you guys all just hop on this one commercial flight?
But they all have their own planes.
I know, but to fly to
Gas
India
and-
is
yeah.
a lot more
Yeah.
than is to like, you know, so a lot of the times they'll do like Delta One on
Yeah.
flights across the world. So it's like, I'm sure she had to like contribute to their
Yeah.
fees to
Fund.
get over there. So I'm like, how did she pay for them all to get over there? Did she pay them a fee to be there? And then did she like their clothes were designed by the same designer? Did
Yeah.
she like pay for their clothes or is the designer just giving them that? 'Cause it's
I
such
wonder if it was just like that was gifted because I knew it would be good press.
right.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I didn't really look that deep into it. I was just
I didn't
amazed by
either.
all of it. All the pictures I saw, I was like, wow, some lives.
No, it was nuts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Relatable, but not.
Yeah.
speaking of a lot of parties with your wedding, we're talking today about all the lead up parties before your wedding. So these are kind of like the main parties that I've gathered. And they've changed over the years. I also got like Quentin to write in her expert opinion, you guys, for this, and it's a history lesson.
Oh boy.
But they are typically an engagement party, a shower that could be for the wedding couple, or a bridal shower, bachelor and bachelorette parties, bridal or bridesmaids luncheon. Okay, this is an Indian one, henna and mendi parties. And that's like where they do all the tattoos. There's a Jewish one, I'm going to mispronounce this, afruf. I don't know. It's a religious service that takes place at the synagogue a week before. So yeah, and the groom recites the Torah.
Oh.
Then there's a welcome party, a rehearsal dinner, and a post-wedding brunch. We're not going to concentrate on all of those today just because we've already kind of focused on bachelor and bachelorette. And I think some of them kind of really go into their own scenario. But I think there is kind of a lot of, I don't know, question or confusion around a lot of these parties, who's hosting them, or importantly, who's paying for them, and who's coming, who's invited, that kind of stuff. So I want to go and tell you guys first what my mom said to me about how it used to be.
Okay.
And then we can kind of talk about, like, I think how it's evolved and what parties we've had, because I feel like going from how it started is good.
From the beginning.
Yeah. So of course, she like wrote like a novel for me. Up until about the 1980s, most people entertained at home. Like, thanks, Mom. Except for especially big cities or ones with a big tourism industry, there weren't tons of options for going out. So most people used their houses for getting together, homes for getting together, whatever. There also weren't tons of ways to work once you left your office or job. So once you left, you stopped working, which I'm like, that is so nice to think about.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
Don't take anything home.
there were only phones on the wall in your kitchen and in your bedroom. And so you had to make your own fun. Everyone joined a million organizations. Your mother would join in a town club, church club, city club, belong to a bridge club, garden club, or other party clubs. Your father would join professional clubs, golf clubs, hunting clubs, and people connected in person because that's the only way you had to see people other than your neighbors. She really put that. She said when a bride brought a groom home, it was like an exciting time and really just basically any excuse to throw a party. So the bride's parents, right when you got engaged, would invite the groom's parents over for supper, and they would plan the engagement party at that. My mom said before the 80s, it would have only been women in a smaller party with drinks. And it's just to introduce the families to your small, close circle of friends. And then they gradually become bigger, like as you get closer to the wedding. And she said, so after that, everybody's kind of sets of friends, or like your bridge club, little different sects of people wanted to have like a bridal shower, Bloody Mary party, coffees in the morning, teas in the afternoons. You go to friends' parties and meet all of her childhood friends and her set of college friends. So it was fun to spend time with everyone you knew but you didn't see often. And then she goes into all her stuff. But then she said, we didn't have bachelorette weekends. There was just no money or time for that. The boys would go out after the rehearsal dinner. The girls may just have dinner sometime, but it was unofficial. Honestly, there were so many other parties that one for just the groomsmen or bridesmaids seemed a little much. This is my mom being like, it's a little much, everything you guys do. So yeah, she's also, most people lived in the same town or near your hometown. Then I remember thinking that Charleston was too far from Columbia.
So far.
Yeah.
So far.
So that's kind of, I guess, like how parties before your wedding, how your bridal shower started, is people wanted to entertain because that's what they did more back then. Now I feel like it's kind of become, I don't know, what would you guys say?
Yeah, I mean, I feel like people don't entertain as much in their homes anymore. Maybe when they get a little older.
Right. But I feel like it's also now it's like the bride's parents pay for a lot of that stuff.
It's like it doesn't fall on, I feel like your friends are typically in your wedding party. It doesn't. Yeah. I feel like the main thing it falls on them. Yes, right. The bachelor, bachelorette. And with how big the bachelor and bachelorette parties are now, I don't know if bridesmaids and groomsmen could handle any more probably responsibility. So I think that all makes sense, because my mom said the same thing about how they didn't do like a bachelorette. Like they like went out for like dinner and drinks or something. Yeah, so that makes, but she did tell me she had a ton of parties, but it was like neighbors and like you were saying, it was just everyone in the clubs and everything. But that does make sense.
Well, and I think parties are obviously they're different. I mean, now I feel like so many people just do it for Instagram, and it's like, do you even care?
Yeah,
it's like it kind of takes away
it's like
if you're just
factor.
Trying to like have great pictures. That's not what it's about.
Like a box to check.
Yeah, because and like what these parties might have been, they like you know, come over like sweet tea and like you know, like
it was simple.
Like have some
it was
sandwiches.
About being together.
Exactly,
or meeting like the families getting together,
right? And it was less about the show at all.
Exactly.
Agreed.
Yeah, so I just feel like it's all kind of like shifted. That's the other thing, is when you want it to all be like exactly like you want on Instagram or you saw on Pinterest, like you can't really like demand that of like other hosts. Like if you like have specific demands, it's almost like you kind of have to like do it yourself, because once it's like them, it's in their hands.
Yeah.
So like, it's like you really have to be like, thank you.
Yeah. For someone throwing you a party, it would be so rude to be like, okay, well, I want this, and this, and this, and this.
Yeah.
Like, okay. You can't really do that.
If you're asked for input, then you can like kind of share like,
but you can't demand.
You can't demand.
Right.
Especially over the top things that you see on Instagram.
Yeah.
So that I feel like is kind of how parties have changed. But I wanted to just go through and talk about what parties we had and kind of our experience with all of that. So who's ready to?
I can go first because I didn't really have a ton.
All right. Well, I was saying we'll start with the engagement party. And that usually is hosted by one or both sets of parents, traditionally the bride's set of parents or couple's friends. Whatever. Now it's changed, but that is traditionally, the stuff.
Yeah. My engagement party was thrown by my brother and my sister-in-law. And it was at my sister-in-law's parents' house. And so they actually kind of helped. Like my mom did stuff too, of course, but it was definitely like the vision was like my sister-in-law. Like she pretty much planned everything. So
well, she had her wedding reception in her backyard, so she like really knew how to set it up and maximize it.
Yes. And it was like already like still really groomed and nice. Like her dad like did so much. I mean, it's beautiful back there. But yeah, she like knew layout and everything, how to
maximize it, have a good flow.
Yeah, exactly. And they do the store party, like Christmas parties out there too. So it's a good space. But yeah, they did ours.
Shout out to JP.
Shop McFadden's.
Ad.
Sponsor us.
Yeah. We had obviously an engagement party as well. And that was hosted by my parents at their club. And so it was nice. It was pretty decent size. I mean, my mom, we like picked the date and she kind of asked for my future in-laws input and gave them a couple options since they wanted to travel in for it. And then my mom she like had an idea for the theme. And I mean, for all of the stuff that my mom did she did 2 parties, but she was like, she really wanted to, she like had an idea and she was like, I just kind of want you to have a lot of surprises. And so even with like the engagement party, like there was stuff that I like showed up and had no idea that she had been working on that like all kind of were touches that she was like, this is how I don't want you to know everything.
Yeah. That Anna did that for us too. The theme was Oktoberfest.
Yours was so cute.
And so she had
every single vacation they had been on.
Yeah.
Sorry.
So there was, she got a certain, like a beer from each place that Gil and I traveled. And the only thing she was like, that I kind of had a clue on was that because she wanted me and Gil to like give her our favorite memories from each trip. So she put it at like each station
so
and stuff. But yeah, everything else, like I had no clue. And I think it was special that way.
Yeah.
Like
it's fun to walk in and be surprised.
Yeah.
I didn't really have an engagement party. We kind of just had a party in Augusta and it was like the first party.
Yeah.
So it felt like it
like
could
the
be an engagement party, but like it wasn't really. But it was fun. I'm like, what is he to me now? My husband.
It does feel weird to say at first.
Yeah. And then I'm like, my groom? I'm like, okay, no. That sounds really formal. No,
my beloved.
My betrothed.
Whatever. Matthew's parents' friends hosted it for us. And that was kind of like my parents and family coming and meeting all of their friends in Augusta. And it was fun because like Marshall and Caitlin came down. I think we talked about it on here and got to see Augusta for, I don't know, the first time or just, first time in a long time. So it was fun to have them there. So, yeah.
Yeah, that was a fun party for sure.
It was a lot of fun.
So it was a kind of a surprise for me.
Yeah.
But like my mother-in-law and I kind of like worked on what I wanted the rehearsal to be. And she was like, I'm going to like use like what we used for the rehearsal. It's so cool. And I was like, I agree. It's so cool. But I didn't like really know anything other than that.
Just little bits of the vibe.
Yeah. Okay. After there's an engagement party, a shower, a wedding shower, a bridal shower.
Yeah. We did a bridal shower.
Mm-hmm.
I know, I feel like some people, a lot, I don't know, the population of people, but do couples showers as well, which can be fun.
Right. I feel like there are people who stock the bars a lot too recently.
Yeah.
But we just did a bridal shower. And I wanted it to be girly. I didn't really want the boys there.
Yeah.
They sometimes ruin things.
Yeah.
I mean, Kyle stopped by.
Yeah, he made an appearance.
Yeah. Matthew was like, do I need to stop by? And I was like, no.
Not necessary.
My mom was like, oh my gosh, no.
Please don't.
Yeah. He was playing golf at the club. So it would have been awkward if he didn't.
He just left.
I know. No, that would have been.
It was like, they do say, I've seen like part of the reason the groom stops by is to carry the gifts. And that he did.
Well, that was nice of him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, that's so funny. No, I feel like it's tradition for the groom to stop by. I don't know why.
I feel like they always do. And they are so awkward.
I know.
Yeah.
We were just like, Matthew, do not come.
Like, you don't have to be here. It's okay.
But I just had a little bridal shower and it was really for my mom's friends and they hosted it for me.
Yeah.
So it was like very cash. But yeah, Marsh.
I didn't have one.
Yeah.
I know some people are like, if you want a bridal shower, like you can ask people to host it. And I just felt like that was, I don't know, that made me uncomfortable to think about.
One way I think is good to like slowly like ask people is like if you have a close friend, like if I really needed something done, I feel like I could be like, Caitlin, like let me send you like some emails of like people who maybe like said they wanted to throw a party. Like, could you organize it? Like ask one of your closer friends. Like I think that I'm just for anyone listening. And it's like an easier way because it is awkward as the bride to
be like, please throw me a shower so I can get gifts. And
right.
I mean, like I definitely had people when I got engaged. It was like, oh, like I'll throw you a shower. I'll do that. But I just like, I mean, I know people say stuff like when they're
in the beginning when it's like there's no details
exactly
yet either. Right. They don't know where the wedding's going to be, if there's going to be travel.
And I know things happen, and it's like I also have thrown showers before, and it can be expensive, and I didn't really want to have to like ask someone to do that. Now, if someone volunteered, I'd been like, yeah, if you want to.
Yeah. Right.
But my mom doesn't have any sisters. Like my dad doesn't have any sisters. Like,
well, I think the other thing is like, it's hard because like not everyone's from here. So it's nice like Caitlin and I could use like our parents' houses for some parties.
If you don't have that, you have to rent a space or like figure it out. So
and like the costs go up from there, I feel like.
So and it wasn't really something super important to me anyways. So I didn't like feel like I missed out on anything.
Right.
Yeah.
Because I also had like the engagement party, which I wasn't really expecting. Yeah. So yeah.
Also, like bridal showers, I mean, we've all been to one. They're just like, it's a little like dry.
Yeah.
It's fun. It's slightly awkward.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It can be long.
It wasn't the end of the world if you don't have one. Yeah. But if you really want that, just make sure that people are aware.
Yeah.
And that they throw you one. I mean, there's nothing wrong with wanting one.
You know, or have one at your own house, send out an invitation. All you got to do is have snacks, I guess.
Yeah.
Like,
I have heard of brides throwing their own showers.
Really?
I just felt if you about it, I guess, personally.
I mean, if you want to, do it.
And that was the last thing I really wanted to do was plan
a
shower on top of everything else. So I was like, if someone offers, if not,
If I don't know, I like could not have thought about planning another event on top of everything else going on.
I was like, it's okay. I don't feel left out.
Well, and I feel like too, it's like bridesmaids. Like I know traditionally they used to do a lot, be like more involved in the showers, but it's like when there's so many other things.
Hey, I was involved.
I know.
I did all the games.
I know.
And those were great games.
And I made a giant poster board.
I know, but I'm just saying, like, I feel like the scale of like some of my other things wasn't as extreme either. You know what I mean? And so it's like, if I was like, we're going to across the country for my bachelorette, I wouldn't have expected any of the bridesmaids to do anything other than show up to the bachelorette.
Right.
And even that could have been a stretch.
Yeah. Yeah. So it's like, I mean, wedding showers can be fun. It can be like really creative ways for people to celebrate you. But like, if you don't have one, it's not the end of the world.
Right. And if you really want one, like,
make it happen.
Yeah. I mean, also, if you like live in an apartment in a big city, a lot of times there's like spaces you can do stuff there.
Yep.
You could literally get like, I've like been to one that had Zoe's catering.
Oh, yeah.
It's like, it doesn't have to be super fancy and like nice food. If you really just want to like get together with your friends and family, and like they do love giving you stuff for it. Like I feel like the people who are at the showers, if they're like older,
they do like to celebrate in that way. I've also in like a more modern way of showers. This was for a baby shower, but I saw it on TikTok where the girl was like, I don't want a baby shower. I think they're just like annoying. She's like, I'd rather just go to dinner with all my friends. And they went to like a nice dinner at like Restoration Hardware type thing. Yeah. So, you know, you don't have to do what's always been done.
Yeah. Right. Okay. Bridesmaid and bridal luncheon. What about you guys? I know you guys both did little kind of ones. So,
yeah, we did one 2 weeks before the wedding, I think. A week before the wedding. I can't really remember. But it was at my parents' place because like my house is just not great for like entertaining in that capacity. And so I asked my mom if we could like use her space, and then I mean, she helped cover some things, but like I primarily was the one like hosting that.
Yeah.
And it was fun. We decorated Christmas cookies, and it was just like very low key, very chill. And I mean, it was just more about like thanking everybody and kind of one last little get together.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Before
you gave
wedding
us all
day.
our gifts.
Yeah. Under the tree.
That's cute. Love that. Yeah. I did a bridesmaid luncheon. It was in October, like end of October. Yeah. So I guess like a month before the wedding. We did a brunch here in Charlotte. I invited the bridesmaids from out of town, but like I knew that they probably couldn't come. So almost all the girls from here came except one. And it was just like a brunch. And then I just...
She fell off her horse.
No, Murray came.
Oh.
Murray didn't come to the engagement party because she did have a concussion. Oof. Yeah. No, it was another one.
I was like, valid reason.
No, like Murray came. She was there.
I remember that.
But yeah, so it was just a brunch, and my mom came, and it was like it was at Cafe Monte. Like we just had like good food, and then I gave like little gifts, like just kind of like little things, and then I guess like the actual like big gift I gave like the day of the wedding. But yeah, we did that, and it was fun. And like you're saying, just like a way to like get together before and like thank your bridesmaids. But yeah, it was very low key.
Yeah.
Well, we did a little like brunch in February for my bridesmaids at my parents' house, just because and it was super low key. Like my mom just got stuff for it and cooked a little, and all we had was champagne, and that was 'cause my cousin was coming in town, and she was one of my bridesmaids, and I wanted kind of her to get to know everybody and like have a chance to get to know everyone. So my mom and I just like hosted that, and then I did have a bridesmaids luncheon Friday before my rehearsal dinner, and my aunts hosted that, and so there was just like a little tea at the club before. And that was... It was nice.
Kicked off wedding weekend.
Yeah. So I liked it. But it was like a lot on the day.
Yeah.
I'll be honest. Like it was a very hectic Friday. Like
this was the same day as the rehearsal.
Yeah. Like
rehearsal
I was
dinner.
like ready because Jacqueline was there helping me get ready. Of course, doing my hair and makeup. Like she was like done with me like seconds before I came down and went to the tea. And then from the tea, I had to leave early and go to the rehearsal. And then I literally came home and just changed dresses and like put on my flower crown and went to dinner.
Yeah.
So it was like,
it's a lot the day of, which
would have been nice to have like a break.
That was one of the reasons I didn't do it the Friday before the wedding. And also because I feel like I have very outspoken bridesmaids and friends, and they're like, I don't want to travel
and be there like
early. And you can't check in until usually 3 or 4 anyways. So I totally get that. So that's pretty much the main reason we did it the month before. Yeah. And then like the day of the wedding before getting ready, we had like breakfast.
But I'm super grateful. So thank you. I still loved it.
No, it was great. It was, I mean, Asheville's different than Pawleys Island where it's like 4 hours away. Like,
well, yeah. And it was like
we
November.
Came up the day of, yeah.
And I mean, that's why we didn't do it. I mean, our wedding was on a Friday, and so rehearsal was Thursday. So people were already having to take off Friday. Right. So it was going to be like, and can you actually do this as well?
The other possible party, which is like an after party or a brunch the next day.
Mm-hmm. What was that?
And you guys did do a brunch the next day.
No, we didn't.
You kind of did.
No, we
did a brewery.
Well, but we nixed. My mom wanted to do a massive brunch where everybody
from the day after the wedding.
You guys, just a pro tip as someone who's had to like attend a lot of those and skipped Caitlin's fake one and like have skipped a lot too. Like skip those.
Yeah, I've been invited to it. I never go.
It's like sad to be there sometimes. It's like a little desolate and gray.
It was
also like was deathly hungover.
Everyone's like lost their sparkle from the night before and is like, hey, like I have to travel today. Like,
I remember my mom asked if like we wanted to do that, and Gil was like, absolutely not.
That was
I was like, no, ma'am.
My parents were really pushing it because we had so much family coming in town, and they were like, we want to have something where people can.
I mean, and that makes sense.
And so I was like, I just don't really want to be accountable to being anywhere. Yeah. Like I kind of want to be on my own schedule. And so that was where they
I still didn't get to that. And I didn't.
They like coordinated and just said, hey, like, and for because Kyle's, a lot of his friends were out of town as well. And so they didn't leave until Sunday, some of them.
Yeah.
And so we just said, hey, we'll be here. Around this time.
It's nice since yours was on Friday because like Saturday really is the day to chill out. Like probably not everyone's like hopping on a plane until the next
that's true.
Day.
They're probably leaving on Sunday.
Yeah. So
or
we
they
were
live here.
Just like we'll be around this area. Yeah. And there's a lot of other stuff that you can do if you are sticking around.
Yeah.
And so it was just very informal.
I've been invited to some informal ones, but like Gil's the type of person that like he wants to get out like that next day if we're traveling.
Oh my
gosh. He's
like,
let's leave.
Same. And Matthew like is kissing like someone on the cheek goodbye who he doesn't know, but like it is pretty sure he met last night. He's like saying goodbye to like 80 people. I'm like, can we get out of this brunch that we shouldn't even have come to? The food is never good. It just feels like there's been this whole big like lead up the whole weekend and it's over.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you know what I mean?
If you think you need a post brunch.
Well, I think another thing too is though, if you do a welcome party or not.
That's true.
My serotonin was like sucked from me. Like we went to church the next morning at 9 a.m. I almost died. And like the priest announced us. Matthew was waving at people. I was hiding.
Oh my God.
And then we had to go to like family brunch.
Like and royalty waving at people.
I started drinking.
Oh my goodness. No, I guess our rehearsal dinner, I wouldn't say they kind of called it a welcome. It was not a welcome party. It was a rehearsal dinner. But the fact that Gil's family was all like out of town people, they were all invited. So it kind of was like a welcome party for them. But that's true. If you have a welcome party, you definitely don't have to do that brunch if you don't want to.
Right. We didn't even talk about welcome parties. Sorry, I just skipped straight to brunch after the bridal shower thing. So I was like, don't go. But yeah, welcome parties Friday night. What do you guys think about those? You're just Marshall just started talking about hers already. But
I just I think it is a fine line between the rehearsal dinner and the welcome party. And I kind of think it's just based on who you invite.
Yeah.
Because ours was definitely like a rehearsal dinner, like it said it on the invitation. But I've also been invited to welcome parties where they have welcome parties and a rehearsal dinner.
Yeah.
Or like, you know, so Ours was a rehearsal dinner, but the amount of people there
felt more like a party.
Yeah. So
we did our rehearsal dinner and the welcome party in the same place, which was nice.
That makes sense.
If you drank as much as me, you just like people just started showing up. And it was fun the whole night.
Yeah. And so that was nice because I didn't have to like go anywhere. Like I don't know. I guess if it was really, like close by, it wouldn't have been.
Well.
Yeah. So that was fun. And I liked it a lot because I got to see so many people.
Yeah.
I didn't see Kyle much, but I was able to see like
Kyle because I didn't go.
Yeah.
I'm just kidding. I'm saying I didn't see Gil much.
Because I like got to see all my extended family that flew in and like friends. It was a really nice way to like say hello and get excited because everybody's so excited to be there and so excited to see you.
Yeah.
And they're like telling you what they're up to. And like if it's their first time to wherever, the wedding is, like the places that they want to check out. And so I don't know, I enjoyed it. It ended at I think like 10. Yeah. And so it still felt reasonable that like went home.
Wouldn't be dying the next day. Yeah.
And got my beauty sleep and was ready for the next day.
I think it also, at least for me, it kind of took pressure off of because there was a lot of family members from Gil's side that I had never met.
Yeah.
So it was kind of nice. Like obviously I spoke to them at the wedding, but it was like I could meet them at the rehearsal dinner and like really do the whole like get to know you type thing, like introduction. So it kind of took the pressure off having to like find them at the cocktail hour or the actual like reception because it's like
you can't even try to. I feel like it's too hard.
It's hard to like navigate that. So I was able to meet like all these people that I have never laid eyes on. So
Same.
We did a small rehearsal of just family, but it was still 40 people. But it was nice. I think Matthew and I talked about we liked it because it kind of like gradually grew who we saw throughout the weekend. So like he played golf Friday during our little tea and like I got to be with all of you girls. And then we were with our whole like extended family, which was nice. And then we had like not really a welcome party, like a welcome get together that his sisters hosted, but then his sisters and I stayed in. So, and I think the location moved. I don't know, but Matthew was there and I saw some videos of people giving speeches, but I was trying to get my beauty rest.
I missed the speeches. I don't know where I was for that.
You left.
Oh, okay.
We left like right after that.
Oh. Yeah.
But you were there. It was like late.
Oh, okay.
It was like they like stopped serving alcohol.
Gil had to go. He had to run.
Like
he had
that's
to go
when the speeches were.
He had to go throw up. So we had to leave. We went to TGI Fridays.
Been
nice.
There.
Yeah.
Just
Yeah, no, the speeches literally, you could not order more alcohol when the speeches were going on.
Oh
I was going to say, like, I think I left and they were not serving anymore. No.
So ridiculous. Then Matthew came and like woke me up. I like did not sleep the night of my wedding. And I woke up in a panic. I'm not like a wake up late person that much. And I like woke up at like 7:10. And
hair and makeup started at 6:30.
Yeah.
We were just like chilling. Like, she'll be here eventually.
Oh my God. I was like through my body in the shower. I was so dirty. And I was like, Matthew,
you couldn't be like running in.
Yeah.
So I didn't go to the welcome party, but I wish I would have gotten more sleep. Whatever. But then we did have an after party, which I basically forced you guys to host because that's like really what I wanted because I thought I wasn't going to go out that Friday night. And I thought all Saturday I would really want to rage. But Matthew got a little, he just didn't eat much. So his tummy was feeling sensitive that day. So we couldn't stay out all night. Yeah. But it was fun. And it was just like, I had everyone like put money in a pot. And so like basically if you had and then I bought some wristbands and my sister-in-law handled it. So like they sent out invites and there was a big tab for you to get drinks at the after party, but like not much else like went into planning it. If you want to do like a party like kind of cheaply that way, it was like a bar with a music venue kind of. Mm-hmm. So there was live music. But it was also just a bar. Like, you didn't have to get a ticket to get in or anything like that. So, yeah, I thought it was pretty painless.
Yeah, like there was no cover or anything. Like, which, there was pizza. Nice. There was pizza, and that pizza was good.
Mm-hmm.
I had 3 slices, and then Gil, like, ate 2 of, like, I was so mad. Oh, my God.
They just kept bringing them out.
No, I ordered.
Well, no, but on the little rack thing, and I would walk by and it'd be like a totally different pizza.
I don't want that one. That one looks like it's been sitting there. I'll wait for the new one.
Yeah. And it came around.
And he did. And it was like, fine. And then I was like, where's your ranch? They hated us so much.
They knew, though. The ranch was out.
The ranch was out, but I was like, it's out. Like,
You're like, I want the cold ranch.
I want the cold one. The one that like the FDA or whoever.
Why is it weird when it's warm? Like Chick-fil-A sometimes has been putting it under my sandwich or something. And then
it makes it feel like I'm going to get sick.
Yeah. It's literally warm. And I'm like, is there an egg in this? Like we're usually, you know what I mean?
Yeah. No, there's nothing quite like cold ranch on a hot pizza. Yeah. Like that's good. Yes. Yeah. I was like, this has been sitting out. I don't know. I had a lot of opinions that man did not care about.
No, I'm sure.
Like everyone else in my life.
So that was all my wedding parties.
Yeah.
Everyone?
Yeah.
Any other? Well, it was a lot of fun. To sum it up, it was fun.
Yeah.
And like I loved it, but it was like a little stressful. Like if there's anything you don't want to do, I feel like don't do it.
Yeah. Like
if there's anything you really want to do, like find a way to do it.
Yeah, you can always find a way. And then like I know I've heard a lot of discourse about after parties. We thought about it for about half a second.
Same.
And then our wedding ended at like 10:15, I think.
Right. Mine ended early, which is the only reason I did mine.
And so Olivia's wedding ended at like 9 or 9:30.
Yeah.
So we went out after hers because I feel like when it ends around the 9 o'clock,
ours ended at
easy
9.
to go out.
Like technically our reception ended and it was still light out. Do you guys remember that?
Yeah. So it's like, I feel like it depends on what time your wedding ends, but we had like a 20-minute drive to our Airbnb, and pretty much as soon as I got all the bobby pins out and like washed my face, I went to bed.
Pins.
I was like out. We were in bed by like 11:30.
Yeah. Being a bridesmaid or a bride is a full-time job that day at least.
Yeah.
Well, I didn't even wash my hair.
That's why I couldn't go out.
Hairspray.
Like for my wedding, it was like, there's no way. I like to be in bed too early. I can't.
Well, I don't even feel like I go to bed that early, but it was like, we're going to be the ones that go like have this after party, and then you're going to get there and you're going to be like, I'm hungry. I want to go do this. I want to go to bed.
I want pizza with cold ranch.
Right. And he's like, and I'm going to be like in a bad mood because I don't want to be there. He's like, that's the last thing that
we're going to have to be there
because
we
party.
We decided to throw an after party.
Because we decided that we're like, and then he's like, I know you're going to like tell everyone that they have to go to the after party, and you're going to go around and be like, make sure you go. And then like, you probably won't even show up.
Oh my gosh.
That's funny.
So I had to like bring it back down to earth for a moment. And we're like, we're not going to have an after party. If y'all want to go out,
be my guest.
Good luck. It's Polly's Island.
Yeah.
But you can go to the pit.
That's the other thing. It depends where you are.
Yeah. Yes. But if you want that after party, have it. There'll be people that show up.
Oh, yeah.
All right, you guys ready for our little roundup game thing at the end? Okay, I found a really crazy Reddit story.
Oh boy.
They're all crazy.
Yeah. What was the last normal Reddit story?
They don't make it on Reddit.
Wow. You guys aren't searching the right stuff. Okay. So this one says, am I the asshole? So there's like a lot of different angles you could go with it. And I think like it just goes to show like how most people just have no idea what's going on with weddings. So like be gentle with people. I don't know.
Have some grace.
Yeah. Wedding season brings out the worst in people. So here we go. My brother, Beep, is marrying his fiance, Beep, in July. I don't know if these are real names. Debbie asked both me and my sister, Christina, to be bridesmaids, but we both turned it down. This becomes relevant later. Not that much later. It's not long of a story. A couple weeks ago, Debbie contacted me and Christina and demanded we throw her bridal shower, though this was more directed at me as Christina is currently in university. Her reasoning was that it was the least we could do after we said no to being bridesmaids and didn't have any costs, and we haven't contributed to the wedding yet. I told Christina I would handle it since she is very conflict averse.
I love that.
And I sent Debbie a polite text saying we will not be planning, hosting, or attending any such shower. I'm like, do you like her at all, though? Then Debbie got very angry and implied she would try and uninvite us from the wedding. I don't think I'm wrong in thinking that this is something a maid of honor usually does for the bride. Curious why this came across landing on our plate. Jay asked both Christina and I to reconsider the brother, and even said he would pay for it if we would just pretend. I said, absolutely not. Christina can't plan it all on her own. Jay is now getting pressure from Debbie to react in some way. Is not helping. She wants us to be uninvited and have consequences.
Oh. So the narrator it's her brother getting married?
Yeah, this has caused a fair bit of drama. Jay's mother, not my mother. So it's sorry, I read this before, I promise. Has used this as an excuse to lay into him about Debbie, whom she dislikes. Jay's dad and best man are giving him shit for letting her treat us this way, and Jay's digging in his heels because he feels like we're ganging up on him. He accused me of ruining his wedding experience and thinks he won't end up with a lot of family there if he goes on.
What?
I know.
There's a lot of drama.
We said no to being bridesmaids because we're busy. We live in different cities.
We're busy.
That's what it really says. Neither of us had the time for dress fittings, her bachelorette trip, or an ancillary brunch. Okay. So there's, I feel like, so many different things.
I think there's something else.
I think there's other issues there.
I agree.
I don't think it has anything to do with what was said.
I think they don't like her.
I know.
I think there's some like underlying tension. And
they didn't want to be bridesmaids. If someone says no to being
a bridesmaid, who's like,
so you can plan the bridal shower.
Yeah.
Like you, no.
They don't like you.
They don't like you.
I think
something
that goes back
happened.
to, like being a bridesmaid is like selfless slightly.
Well, and it sounds like there's expectations that are being set in some capacity.
For people that don't like you.
Yeah, that's the other thing. If you're going to ask people who are out of town and stuff to be bridesmaids, you have to kind of like lower your expectations.
Yeah, because like they're probably not going to be able to go to everything.
And like if the girl's in college, like again, lower your expectations.
Keep them real low.
What did you want a college student doing it to be in your wedding and do? Then get drunk.
Yeah. Flirt with every man there.
Yeah.
Like depending on what year she is, she's like she might not even be 21. Like what is she supposed to do on your bachelorette and stuff?
She needs to plan a bridal shower. She's never even been to one.
She's like, I don't know what I'm doing here.
I would say no.
I think it's like needed to probably be there's probably way more about that's gone on.
Clearly.
Yeah. Like for them I love how she goes, edit. We said no to being bridesmaids because we are busy, period.
Yeah.
Like we're just busy.
All right. That's helpful.
Yeah.
We understand you now.
But like the part about how the parents are like taking the sister's side, like that says a lot. Like it seems like the bride to be is not a favorite of this.
Right.
Of this fam.
I agree.
Yeah. They don't like her.
Yeah. They may be not that he had to. There was permission granted from the groom to propose to.
Yeah. I can't believe he was like, I'll pay for it. Like, can you guys just do it? And they were like.
Because at that point, he knows it's ridiculous.
Planning it is a lot of work. Like, I would be like, just do it. But like the planning, it's the worst part because you have to like talk to the bride.
You have to coordinate. Yeah.
And it sounds like this bride would like want to have a lot of input.
What the groom to be should do is just pay for it and then be like, bride, just do it. Like, and then we can pretend on the invitations that someone else threw it. Because, like, that's what it sounds like is the issue here.
So bizarre.
Very bizarre.
I don't think they're the assholes.
I don't think they're the assholes, but
I think,
I feel like it's like they should have probably spoken up prior.
Yeah.
I don't think being like, we are busy.
Yeah. I think maybe even if you have to tell a little bit of a white lie, like to just be like, oh, I would love to be in it. I'm so sorry. I just have so much going on with work or whatever.
Well, it sounds like they just don't even support the marriage.
I know.
Which is
like a bride is like a girl who's like constantly on her period for like basically a year. Like she's very easily upset.
Yes.
Like, so it's just like if they ask you something, like maybe treat them with kid gloves. I'm not saying you have to say like yes to every whim, but like use a little finesse.
But then it does sound like there's some stuff that was a brewing before. Oh, yeah.
Right.
Weddings bring out the worst in people.
Yeah. No, and I'm like, say no to being a bridesmaid, but be like, I really can't because of this. It sounds like she was just like, we can't.
It kind of seems like read the room a little bit. Like, did you think these people would say yes?
To everyone. Yeah, that's the other thing. Like, when you're asking someone to do that, it's like, you really
assume they're going to say, like, you pretty much have like 100%
Especially at this point, if you're buying them a gift.
Yeah, like assurance that they're going to say yes.
Yeah.
I mean, I know it doesn't always happen, but you think it is. Like, you don't go into it thinking, oh, they might say no.
Yeah.
I mean, I didn't.
Yeah. Well, some people still say no.
Some people, I mean, there is that 1 in a million chance.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
All right. Well, that's it on lead up parties. Anything else, girls?
No, I think we covered it all. But if y'all have any questions, and by y'all, I mean listeners, let us know.
Send us a DM.
Follow us, subscribe, like us, download Please our episodes. Yeah.
Please.
All right.
Until next week.
Bye.